If science was the magic of the 20th century, I think there's a new magic that's going to happen for this 21st century. Science is the method of reducing everything down to its bits, everything down to its parts. Go down to the atom level, go down to the quantum level, go down to string theory, keep going down, and we'll find the truth, we'll find this magic. Now we've got bombs and genetics, and we got computers and phones, and we got so much from the exploration down into the details. But I think the 21st century is going to be compiling, bringing all these parts into wholes, bringing all these specialists, all these people who are off in their office in their own little corner exploring the depths of the unknown, bringing them together and having something emerge will be the magic of the 21st century. I ask you the question, it's really simple. Have you ever been on a team? Have you felt team spirit? Not something you created, not something you were in total control of. Something that you actually got caught up in. You have this in culture as well. You have music fads or shifts or movements. You have it in your politics. You have it in every aspect of life. Think of your news cycles, where some story just comes in and just takes over everyone's topic of conversation for a few days, for a week, or however long. But it is this thing that isn't just around us, but also kind of comes through us. It draws energy out of us. It enlivens us. It brings a bit of vitality to us. That property, that quality. Can you recognize when you felt that? Whether it's on a team, whether it's in a culture, whether it's just different versions of yourself that come out amongst different people. That's going to be the magic of the 21st century, is how we organize ourselves. And to really understand this, or a tool that's going to be very important, is that this shifts our relationship to things. So in a scientific magic world, we are trying to get down to the parts. We are having an I-it relationship. It is something I can control and I can manipulate and I can replace it and I can put the pieces together, and it's this very mechanic, very object-orientated way of looking at the world. When I start looking at these emergent properties, these things that create a whole, I have an I-thou relationship to it. Because there are emergent properties in things that you cannot predict. There are things that science can't predict that you probably think it can. Okay, science is far more limited than you might think. We cannot predict the weather over 10 days out because because the nuances or errors in your measurement start to matter more and more and more. There's also, in pool or in snooker, you cannot predict the direction or angle of the ball after 8 hits. After 8 hits off other balls, you cannot predict where it's going to be coming from or going to. And that's very measurable. It should be, shouldn't it? But the errors start to matter. So to have a relationship with that, with the things beyond measurement, the things that we can't grab and control and understand 100%, the things, and I include, as in like, I'm using the word things here, but we can say people. People are mysteries, and yes, we have a thou relationship to people, hopefully. New apps and all the rest are trying to change that, but we will always have a thou relationship to people. They are mysteries, they are complex, we don't understand them fully, so it's a thou. You have to have a relationship with them, you have to kind of negotiate with them exactly what's going on and how to work with them and agree on where you're going and stuff like that. Think of that relationship now with organizations or with just mysteries that are bigger. Think of your garden, think of nature or something like that. The relationships between the trees and the plants below are mitigated by insects and bacteria and fungi and all of this stuff that we don't understand or that you won't understand fully. And I think the magic of the 21st century will be recapturing a certain amount of magic with that, a relationship with the world that brings energy out, brings vitality out, brings a certain version of yourself out. So I'm saying all of this to point out that difference. I-it versus I-thou. I-it is an object. I'm in control. I have all the energy. I am getting what I want from it. I'm extracting out, I'm controlling it. I can replace it, I can fix it, I can do it. No worries. But that utopia, that fixing the world, maybe going off to Mars with Elon Musk, isn't happening anytime soon. So we might have to have a relationship with nature and the people around us and how we organize ourselves in particular, like communities and that sort of emergent spirit of a town spirit, of a country spirit, because this may go negative. That type of emergent property getting caught up. I used the reference team spirit, but you can also use the reference of mob mentality. Getting caught up in that, it's important to know what that is and how to manage it or how to negotiate with it. Having an I-thou relationship to it and being able to stand in that, not being just caught up and swept up in it, but having an I-thou relationship to it. I would encourage you to have this with your phone. Your phone is complex because it has so many things in the one space that you need to start treating this like a thou, not an it, not an object you are in total control of, because it's controlling more of your behavior than more of my behavior than any of us would care to admit. So having a thou relationship with it, saying, hey, you're not good for me after 8 o'clock in the evening. My life is better if I put up the barrier, put up the boundaries with yourself, the phone, at that time, so I get a good sleep, and then I'm a better person and you get a better version of me, and this whole thing. So we can go into how to put up boundaries or what are good boundaries with other people in another video. But for today, just recognize that shift of I it versus I thou. I thou is the spirit that comes through you and invigorates. It is the spirit that can possess. It's the spirit that can, I just got caught up in the moment. It's that spirit. Negotiating with it is important. Asking, where are ye going? What are ye doing together? Agreeing on a destination, a goal, and an ethic of behavior, like how we want to get there. Do we want to get there with finesse, or do you just want to get the job done? So with all of that said, that is it for today. I hope you've had a good week. I hope you're looking forward to the week to come, and try and look out for some of these spirits, some of these vows in your life that you can renegotiate the contract with and say, hey, treating you as a person might actually work. Just talk to it. What is my relationship with these things? What side of me do they bring out? Am I happy with that? That's it for me. Have a good one. See you in the next one, guys. Bye.